edges of Rome called Castelli Romani or Romani Castelli. I think Castelli Romani, a place called Frascati, which is up into the hills. So it's a little bit chillier, a little bit higher, and has amazing views of Rome. I'm so grateful for this experience. I grew up in Armenia, also on a hill, on the highest point of the. First of all, it's already a mountainous country, so the plateau level of the elevation in Armenia is high. It's not sea level. I grew up in Yerevan, which is the capital of Armenia, in the outskirts, and it was the highest point, or very close to the highest point. There was like a mountain near my home, and we walked all the time to there. So, and I was on the fifth floor, the last floor of our building, and it had amazing views also. And somehow, when I moved here, we are on a rooftop apartment, and again, I am just mesmerized by the views the rooftop apartment has, and the way it's structured here. You really have and also the views of the sky. So it's very inspirational also to live in this apartment in Frascati and to be in Italy. And it reminds me a lot. Today, I am sharing a few points I have written down with my new pen. But a pen, good pen, is good for getting ideas on paper. It's Squid Game pen, flows nicely. Um, and also, I'm using these kind of wireless headphones from my husband as a present. Thank you, James. And this is a present from my mom. Thank you, mom. Okay. Um, this channel is for the public. Anybody can see it. And I'm very honored. I feel very privileged to contribute content that hopefully inspires people to do science, breaks prejudices, about um, different, who is a scientist, what is it to do scientists, mainly breaking prejudice of fear. So you don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be this one person or this one country citizen in order to do science. Uh, Anybody can do science, and I really wish to support. And I try to be transparent and also share my vulnerabilities just to show you that it is real, in terms of it is not smooth, but you can overcome those challenges. It's not something uh, to be afraid of and not try. Especially, I'm in a physics astronomy field, which is male dominated. So for women and girls, I also hope to show you, I'm doing it and you can also do it, but anybody really can do it. Antonio Dauria says hi. Thank you. Buon anno. Happy New Year. You can put where you are from. So I had a few things here that I was gonna originally do as shorts, but it's not enough time to finish each thing. I have three topics. So the first topic was the question, how do you combine religion, because I'm Christian and I believe in God. I'm very grateful. This is the number one priority in my life. I'm very grateful God is with me. How do you combine that with science? In the with astronomy, because there's um, conflict, especially with Christianity in Europe. There's conflict, and I'm in Italy. Italy, the famous astronomer from Italy, Galileo Galilei, who worked in Pisa, the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and who wrote he used the telescope to observe the sky, to observe the satellites of Jupiter. He also popularized science by creating popular content such as books, and those books were conversational. Um, BHO-D5Y. I am Italian. Said hi, hi, buon anno. Thank you. I best wishes to everybody. Thank you for joining. I'm hoping this live goes well. I have kids, so they hope they don't interrupt before I finish. And then I maybe will do cuts to create little short form content from it. Um, yeah, Galileo, he used a telescope to observe, for example, the movement of satellites around Jupiter and many other things. So he is one of the grandfathers of astronomy and definitely the key figure in observational astronomy, where I'm doing observational astronomy, and I'm very privileged. I feel very, like it's a dream come true because I didn't have a linear path to astronomy. So I dreamed to do it, and now I'm doing it, so it's amazing. Um, and Galileo, because I'm in Italy, I'm telling you. So I read this book, Galileo's Daughter, and maybe some other books about him. And in one place, he says that. Uh, because he was constantly under trial for his activities in astronomy for astronomy. You know, there was this problem of heliocentric versus earth-centric concepts of the universe. So he was, and the religious authority was much more influential back then. So they could kill you, and some scientists actually got um, labeled as heretics and did uh, die. For example, the famous Giordano Bruno and Copernicus. Uh, he was so afraid to talk about his heliocentric model that he published at the time, or posthumously, or at the time that he died, or something like that. I don't remember now the detail. His system, the text that explains this system. So you know you had to be careful, and Galileo was not left alone to do his science. He constantly had to face the public, face people who don't know astronomy and who were asking, why are you doing this? Why are you saying that? You know, it's not against the Bible. Um, and I don't know. Somebody said that yes, Galileo was a rough person, maybe. But one thing I liked because um, uh, he was not saying we have always done it this way and we will always do this way because he had to go up to the Pisa. And at the time, people who studied had to wear long robes. He made what is the English word? Like uh, not proclamation, but manifesto of some sorts against the traditional robes that they were wearing because they were not practical to be doing whatever he was doing, going up the stairs and carrying things. So I like these aspects of Galileo, and I think he was very creative and multi-talented because he not only did his science, he faced leaders in the church in order to uh, not get burnt for heresy, and he had to argue carefully, maneuver. And he popularized science. He wrote these texts that um, which used conversational style, question answer between two people, two characters, to um, explain to the general public what he was doing. So I think that is also amazing and kind of ahead of his time. Um, okay, and a little bit, I'm trying to do that too, right? So I study science and I'm trying to bring it to people who don't have the same years of education, but maybe are interested. And it is important for people to find these results and these concepts that I'm studying also to know. So I want to give it back because my knowledge, I work for the benefit of people. But the one question, the key question, and I asked it myself, I struggled with myself too, uh, is how do you combine astronomy and religion? And I want to serve God, and He's the most important one. So I'm like, oh, why am I studying this astronomy? Maybe I should be like a doctor or in emergency services, to help people, or some work for poor people or struggling people, this kind of community service work. I feel it is more uh, um, explained to me that it is a service to God, but actually science is also service to God. And one of the people who enlightened me was a chaplain from the University of Turku. So when I was studying in Finland for my PhD degree, I was in contact for advice and guidance with chaplains. They are called study chaplains, both in my university, Turku, and also in Helsinki. Even though I didn't study in Helsinki, I reached out there because I lived in Helsinki. It's a second part of my PhD. My children were born, so I couldn't travel to Turku. And yes, in Finland, we have this service from the church. It's called study chaplaincy. So there are chaplains, like ministers or people who serve God, like sort of priests, men and women actually, and they are part of the campus resources for you. And it was very important for me because PhD is long-term process, and I wanted to keep God in first place, you know. So I it was kind of existentialist uh, situation because I wanted my decisions and how I moved forward in academia also be in harmony with God. And I asked her this question, like, how am I serving God? If I, and first of all, thank you so much to all of the chaplains from the University of Turku and from Helsinki, because especially the Helsinki ones, because I was not a student in Helsinki, but people, chaplains from different universities, both Finnish university and Swedish speaking university, met with me and gave me good advice and support. And I'm so grateful for it. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So she said, the one from the University of Turku said, you are studying God's creation. So God's creation, which is our universe, our world. So this is my service studying God's creation, and it is amazing. So going back to Galileo, Galileo said in one of his defenses that Bible is not an astronomy textbook. So I will share with you, first of all, I also need to brush my hair. And this is part of me popularizing science because, you know, uh, different people can be normal people, people who brush their hair, people with gray hair, people, young people, people can be from any background and still do astronomy and science and do great things. So let me share with you my Bible. My first personal Bible actually was when I immigrated as a teenager to America. I really wanted to get in touch with God, and I wrote on some forum. There, back then, there were no like this social media. Maybe there was MySpace. I don't think I was on it, but there were forums, and I wrote that I was seeking a Bible, and somebody, I don't know who, sent to me somehow a giant Bible. It was bound, it was big, King James version, and they sent the yellow highlighter. And I'm so grateful. I don't know who it was, but they did this act of kindness and helped me to have continue having fellowship with God because I had a good church in Armenia, and then when I came to America, I didn't have one yet. So having that Bible really helped me to stay in touch with God. So thank you very much, whoever sent it. And then somehow that Bible got lost. You know, I moved many times. But then one time I bought for myself in San Jose, downtown. There was a bookstore. It's not there anymore, near the first street and Santa Clara. There's like a pedestrian pathway that crosses several streets. I bought this Bible, and it is this kind of a version because remember, it's the New Century Version. Uh, it is for, does it say somewhere? It it is easy English language because I remember I didn't buy it for that reason. I found out later it was like this. But it was God sent because my English wasn't so good when I moved to the US. So it was a godsend that he gave me this New Century version, and I bought it because it was like this. Um, it's like an easy English language. See, for difficult words which have no simpler synonyms, footnotes, or dictionaries, references are provided, and the vocabulary choice has been based upon the living word vocabulary. So they put um, as one of their focus the understanding to use natural terms, modern measurements, etc. So it is easy English and easy to understand. And now, decades later, I still have this Bible as my main Bible. And my sister said, truth, correctly, so she's like, you need to graduate to a new Bible. But it is very hard because this Bible has, um, hey, babe, hi.
How airplane flies go flaps?
Yes.
It goes left.
Mm-hmm.
What the jet
Yeah.
do?
Yeah.
And how the passenger fly jets?
Yeah.
How? Can you draw me a like
Let's
jet
draw you.
airplane?
Let's draw you a jet airplane, and then I do my video, okay?
Oh, no, no,
No.
stop.
Okay.
I want a passenger fly jet airplane, please.
Okay. But it's difficult. I don't know. Like this?
Um,
And a wing? A big wing? And a wheel? And another one here, right?
no, it's not here. That's like this.
Okay. Do you want a window?
It looks like a capital. It's like since a door like a square window. The window looks like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a rectangle. Is this okay like this?
It looks like that.
Maybe now you can color it. What color can you find over there? No,
Pink.
my baby's his expectations. But okay. So in this Bible, I have highlights, highlighted all the passages that I found, significant or important, inspirational. I also, my tears are on this Bible, so it's like a friend almost, and I have a hard time giving up. But of course, I use on my phone other Bibles to read. But it is true, the Bible is not a textbook of astronomy. I'll show you astronomy textbooks. These are advanced textbooks. This is Active Galactic Nuclei by Julian Krolik, old text, but oldie but goodie. This is the Astronomical Techniques by Kitchen. This is a textbook. So the textbook has diagrams. Can you ask Daddy for scissors? Because I don't have. Go ask, can he give you scissors? Okay.
We have.
Yeah. He'll help you find it. Thank you, baby. So yeah, it has diagrams like this. It has tables of data. Sorry, not that many pictures in this text, but it was expensive to do. This is in science, in astronomy, also your data science textbooks. How to code. It has code snippets. So this is a textbook or a technical book. And one of the professors I met at Indiana State University, she mentions that she used this book. It is very colorful and a bit edgy against black and white science books. as one of her textbooks in a class. It's called Coloring the Universe, and it has amazing pictures. So these are textbooks, and not necessarily textbooks, but one of the things I like about um, being in Italy is working at ENAFs. They have a lot of also publications in Italian. I think it's mostly in Italian. These are not textbooks, but these are kind of technical publications, and they have kind of the current what's going on, achievements and highlights, programs, um, universi in associated with INA and regularly published. This is Sensi e Sensori, really nicely done, and it is so inviting. Even I, I'm not an Italian speaker, I'm trying to learn Italian because I want to know what it says. I'm interested in this. So if I want to learn about my, let's say, son of ex-shooter socks, or even what is written about in this, I go not to buy technical textbook. So it is an important point. Bible is not, I'm doing a video, an astronomy textbook. Um, okay, however, there are some amazing scriptures and verses that mention the skies and God's creation. And I would like to read to you some of them. Psalms 19. The heavens tells the glory of God, and the skies announce what his hands have made. Day after day they tell the story. Night after night they tell it again. They have no speech or words. They have no voice to be heard. But their message goes out through all the world. Their words go everywhere on earth. The sky is like a home for the sun. The sun comes out like a bridegroom from his bedroom. It rejoices like an athlete eager to run a race. The sun rises at one end of the sky and follows its path to the other end. Nothing hides from its heat. Hey, baby. Here, go spray on Dudley.
I want to play Papa.
Yeah, go spray daddy. I better wrap it up. Baby needs it. So I call them my two sunshines because in Finland the sunshine is rare, but even the the name for a person that means in some language sun is popular in Finland. I think. Um, all right, you want to take this one? Okay. Ok- But I think I need this one for my hair. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Let's play a game.
Yeah.
Here, give me this box underneath. Give it to me. Yeah, give it. Let's see what's inside the box. Yeah? You want it? Then here, take it. That sounds good. Here. Go take to Daddy. He'll put it on a table for you nicely. Okay? Say, Daddy, I need a paper. So I'm a mom and I'm an astronomer. So, I have lovely children and it's a blessing. So where was I? I was trying to show you that there are many scriptures that mentions God's creation, God's uh, workmanship, theologically speaking, about the skies. And I really like this that the heavens tell it's Psalm 19, verses 1 to 4. The heavens tells us the glory of God, and the skies announce what his hands have made. Day after day they tell the story, night after night they tell it again. They have no speech or words, they have no voice to be heard, but their message goes out through all the world. Their words go everywhere on earth. The sky is like a home for the sun. So they sun doesn't have a YouTube channel talking like me. The sky or the stars don't have a TikTok channel doing cool videos, but they are just there shining, existing, and through their pure existence, they declare glory to God. And so many of us are inspired by that, by looking at the heavens and seeing those heavenly bodies. I think, including Galileo, but including me. I mean, I don't know what inspired Galileo exactly to um, pursue astronomy. I should read about it. Why did he become an astronomer? Um, but at least I was touched by observing the sky, by seeing the sky at night and during the day too, the sun's movements and shifts throughout the year, the moon. So that was inspiration for me to go further, deeper into astronomy. And now I'm a career astronomer. And so many astronomers I asked, why did you pursue astronomy as a career? They also say that from childhood they were amazed about looking at the skies. And I have two more. So I shared one. Another one is Psalm 33, verse 6. The sky was made at the Lord's command. By the breath from his mouth, he made all the stars. He gathered the water of the sea into a heap. He made the great ocean stay in its place. All the earth should worship the Lord. The whole world should fear him. He spoke and it happened. He commanded and it appeared. The Lord upsets the plans of nations, etc. It goes, and then in verse 13, I can take it back, and then it shifts to touching the people and nations. But this psalm emphasizes the God's word, the creative power of God's word. And then there is another psalm, 104. It starts from verse 1. My whole being praise the Lord. Lord my God, you are very great. You are clothed with glory and majesty. You stretch you wear light like a robe. You stretch out the skies like a tent. You build your room above the clouds. You make the clouds your chariot, and you ride on the wings of the wind. You make the winds your messengers, and flames of fire are your servants. You build the earth on its foundation so it can never be moved. You covered the earth with oceans. The water was above the mountains. But at your command, the water rushed away. When you thundered your orders, it hurried away. The mountains rose, the valleys sank. That's already geology here. But it is not a geology textbook. So just the power of the word, power of God. The mountains rose, the valleys sank. The water went to the places you made for it. You set borders for the seas that they cannot cross, so water will never cover the earth again, and etc. etc. It goes on. In 19, it talks about the moon. Psalm 104, verse 19. You made the moon to mark the seasons, and the sun always knows when to set. It doesn't have an alarm clock like us. You make it dark and it becomes night. Then all the wild animals creep around. That's now biology. The lions roar as they attack. They look to God for food. When the sun rises, they leave and go back to their dens to lie down. So it's now touching the living creatures on the earth. So these are three examples of verses where Bible talks about the skies, but it is not a textbook about astronomy. You're not gonna learn, one plus one equals two from here, really, but you can ask God for wisdom. And please share what are your favorite scriptures, inspiring scriptures about God's creation um, from the Bible. Okay, so this is one thing, and this topic now leads me to the prayer topic of prayer in your study. So when I was growing up in Armenia, there most of the people are Christian if they are religious. A lot of people are not religious because in the Soviet Union, religion, mm, modern times and things, people, a lot of people are no longer religious. But what was what it was like prayer life. What was the prayer life? Typically, it was like you pray before your exam. You go and light a candle in a church before your exam, so you pass your exam. But actually, even as a student, as a worker, you don't have to limit yourself just to pray during just to light a candle before your exam. You can pray always. You can pray about your studies. You can pray uh, about any anxieties you have. You can bring to God anything. You can, like, I pray for my work, to do well. You can pray and ask God for opportunities.
Mommy,
Yeah, baby.
Papa don't give me a paper.
Oh, let me give you a paper. I have paper here. I think I have white paper. I have it. I have it. I'll find it. I'll find it. Just a moment. The paper is here, James, on the table. Here, paper. Actually, here. There's a lot of paper. You should say thank you, Mama. You're welcome, baby. Okay, so you can pray, you know, for wisdom. You can pray for wisdom. You can pray daily. But people say be constant in prayer. Actually, that's what my grandma taught me, to be constant in prayer. So you can, even though you are an academic, you are studying, you're in a research career, you can still pray. You can pray about your research. You can pray about favoring your projects, for God to open doors, to close the wrong doors and to open the right doors. You can bring your academic life to God in all of the big parts and also in the small parts, in all of the small details. You can bring it to God in prayer. And I think you should because it is so stressful. It's a lot of brain work. And, for example, uh, especially if you have kids or you have stressful situation, absolutely bring it to God in prayer. And when you don't have a situation, also bring your um, everyday matters in your job, in your studies to God. Ask for wisdom, ask for insight, ask for hope. Just talk to God if you're anxious. Thank God for the opportunities. This is a great prayer to uh, show gratitude. Like, let's say you did pass exam. Hopefully you remember to thank God for it, or you had a really productive day. Thank God for it, that He gave you good health, that you were good mental clarity, no distractions, that you were able to focus and do the tasks. So prayer is very important in the academic career, not just before the exam, but all kinds of prayers, big and small, just talking to God. Bring God to your job, to your life, uh, and it will help you. mm, Reading the Bible, like when I feel down, I read the Bible. About my work, I read the Bible and it then gives me energy because it's the living word of God. Um, okay. And then because I was talking about chaplains, I wanted to mention a huge gratitude I have to also supportive people who walked with me in my career, who inspired me. Basically, is my mentors. My mentors, and I was lucky because uh, a lot of the professors and teachers throughout school I had were really good. They really loved their job, loved their students, and I was blessed by that both in my high school and actually in my elementary school I was getting F's because I didn't know the language. At the time it was Armenian language. I didn't know it very well because I was born in a different country and then immigrated to Armenia as a child. So even in math I failed because I didn't understand what was the question asked in text, or I would write the answer but make grammatical mistakes, and they would, uh, in a math problems, they still marked me down in a math class. So unfortunately, I would sometimes I have to confess, hide my notebooks with those Fs. And actually, in Armenia, it was an F. It was graded on a scale 2 to 5. So they would give me 2, and I would hide it or throw it away and get a new notebook so my mom wouldn't say it. So that wasn't good, you know. But then in a third grade, I remember I learned the language better, and I had very good teachers both in math and in the language and literature were new teachers. Um, and they were very inspirational, and it continued. I was blessed then in my high school with a key figure in my astronomy career, my astronomy professor. He was not my teacher. He just had a there was a teacher, astronomy professor, and he had a club, and he accepted me to be part of the club. And I was a female child, so he didn't create these barriers that I was a woman, I couldn't enter. He just accepted me, and he went above and beyond. We did observing sessions. I went to Burakan Observatory, so it was I didn't do perfectly, but it was very inspirational. I didn't do all of the homework he assigned. Like he was, I don't know, my mind was somewhere else.